Bonjour. Welcome to this webinar called How to Manage Uncertainty While Staying Calm and Connected. I'm Teresa Willoughby, and with my colleagues Adriana Uatu and Roman Bina, we developed this webinar to give you more information and tools to stay calm and connected. We are all registered psychotherapists and mental health and wellness counselors with Counselling Services at the University of Ottawa. So let's get started. So being present, I know there's lots of distractions. So if you could find a comfortable place to sit or a room that's private, if you'd like to take some notes, you can, and you can always pause throughout the webinar. If you can minimize distractions by your phone or by TV or radio or having others around, just trying to turn those off or put them on vibrate. So the aim of this workshop is really to better understand what's going on for you, your body, and your feelings during this time. We're going to contribute and add more strategies to things you're already doing to help make the unpredictable more predictable. Practice calming and self-soothing strategies. Maintain some emotional closeness with others while still being safe and keeping physically distant. We're going to highlight the supports and resources that are available to you on campus, off campus, and other things you can look up on your own time. So we'd like to acknowledge all the information that's in this webinar is based on authors and mental health experts in the field. There's lots of different resources coming out and it's constantly changing. So have a look at our resource section if you'd like more information. And also a big thank you to all those on campus, in our counseling team, at the International Center, and other partners we've been working with to put this together. So living with uncertainty. It's a very unique time, unprecedented situation we're living through with COVID-19. Starting from March, all the campus events have been canceled, classes are online, and you're probably spending a lot more time alone with roommates, maybe in a different country, and it's really having an impact. Public health officials in Canada have still continued to urge us to be careful, look out for that second wave, so practicing social distancing, keeping your distance from others, and monitoring your symptoms. Through all this, though, we've seen an increase, heightened emotions, definitely worry, anxiety, maybe changes in your living situation, your finances, and it definitely impacts school, concentration, and focus. And you faced a loss of certain things that you used to do to feel good, spending time with others, getting out, working, all those social connections, right? Everything has changed. So what is stress and what are the impacts? So stress is a normal thing that happens in our body to deal with the ups and downs in life, but there are many, when it's kind of overwhelming our body, then we start to see some of these symptoms. Have a look at this diagram with me. Trouble concentrating, maybe some headaches, anxiety, different feelings, you may be sad or angry, maybe some stomach issues, maybe having trouble eating or digestion. Maybe you're feeling nauseous sometimes, feeling very tired, and you can have a look at the other, headaches, muscle tension, and maybe some teeth grinding. So those are all just some different examples to show you that stress can really impact, our physical body, emotional, or social being. So this pattern of stress is what we really want to look at. That makes the difference between building resiliency and creating vulnerability. So we know that prolonged, extreme, unpredictable stress, probably the last 6 months, have really increased our vulnerability, how much that stress is going to impact us. So at a cognitive, how we think, how we kind of perceive things, emotionally, behaviorally, what we do, and our physical health. When stress is more predictable, when it's moderate, when it's controllable. For example, you have an exam coming up, you have a month in advance, you kind of know it's coming. That can increase resiliency. Resiliency is really that ability to bounce back and how you cope with that stress. So what can we do? So we can use our cognitive skills, our bodies, and our connection to others, and those can definitely help us cope with our emotions and maintain our daily functioning, so what we do each day, and our overall well-being, how we feel. So number one, how can we make the unpredictable more predictable? So this really means, what do we have control over right now? So let's go through some of these ideas. So maintain that daily structure. Try to, wake up at the same time, eat around the same time, have a plan for your day or for your week. Those can make a big difference. Create a calendar of activities. Plan something for the week or for every couple of days to look forward to. Some social connections with friends or other people in your life virtually, or perhaps while you're socially distancing. Like I said, keep that good sleep, hygiene, and routine as much as you can. I know you're probably starting classes, so sometimes the sleep can be different, but trying to keep that as much as you can. Schedule your meals, so trying to eat at regular, consistent times, and trying to eat healthy and good enough. Schedule in some exercise. There's some different ideas there, but I always tell students, walking counts, right? So get out for a walk, stretch, move. There's lots of free videos online and through the university, some free classes there, so have a look at those. Even if you're not feeling up to it, try to reach out and connect to others. So find that balance between, reaching out, connecting too much and not enough. So maybe that's, having a chat kind of online, or maybe it's like talking about a book or playing a game together online. We'll look at our resources. We just launched a new wellness site, and it has lots of great resources and different groups, drop-in virtual groups that you can attend, and that information will be at the end of this presentation. Try to limit your news or internet access. We're getting bombarded by all different information at all times of the day. So trying to pick maybe a time during the day, like I might, look at that or watch that for half an hour, and then try to turn it off afterwards because it does impact our stress levels. Number two, practicing calming and self-soothing strategies. So that really means just trying to put those pieces in your day where you can notice yourself relaxing or calming a bit. So some ideas for that are, taking care of your basic needs. For some of us, it's easy to help others or be there for others, but you need to think like, have I slept enough? Did I eat today? Did I get enough sleep or rest? Or, did I get out and do something enjoyable or even at home that was enjoyable? Focus your attention to the present environment using grounding strategies. So what that means is just like being in the moment, right? So some examples might be, you're putting your feet on the ground, you're just noticing maybe where you're sitting, what you're doing right now. Can you feel, yourself where you're sitting, your arms, your legs, and just looking around you and just being a bit in the moment. Name 5 things around you that you can see, that you can hear, that you can touch, that you can smell. So it's really looking at all those different senses. Wrap yourself in your favorite blanket, listen to your favorite music, watch, your favorite YouTube video, whatever it is that you like to do, trying to build that into your day, even if it's for 5 minutes. Feel the strength of your body. So this is where, exercise or just this idea of movement is really important to get, even if you're feeling kind of stressed or down, to move your body a bit can make a big difference. Practice deep breathing. Often, a lot of us are breathing up here in our chest. And so trying to think about breathing into your stomach and out through your mouth and really just slowing down the breath. Sometimes when you're feeling stressed, that might be more difficult, but just try to take a couple moments each day and say, how am I breathing right now? And can I slow that down a bit? And so this slide is really about deep breathing. So if you're not sure what that is, you'd like to practice that more, put a pause on the slide and go through the different steps. Disengage from worrying thoughts. So really, trying to be in the moment, we have a lot of different thoughts, what I didn't do or should do in the future. And so it's really just trying to, quiet your mind as much as you can in the moment. But if those questions do come up, what if this happens? Try to switch it or replace it with, here's what I'm doing. What actions am I doing right now? So some examples might be, what if I get sick? What if others get sick? And then trying to replace that, well, here is what I'm doing, right? So I've washed my hands. I'm in a safe place right now. And here's what I can do next to kind of take my mind off worrying about that. Maybe it's just getting up and watering your plants, have a coffee, have a glass of water, or connect with a friend. Shifting that attention to the present here and activities. So think about, what activities or times you're able to kind of be more in the moment, and try to build those into your day a bit more. So that leads us to, being present and mindful. You might have heard of this term called mindfulness, and there's lots of different explanations for that, but it really just means staying with a difficult experience kind of in the moment. It's not easy to be in the moment, tune out those thoughts or just pay attention. So it does take practice. So there's some different apps you can look at, and on our therapy assisted online, it's called TOW. At the end of this presentation, you'll see a link. We do have a mindfulness resource library you can have a look at. And this slide here called RAIN is really helpful. So really, you can think of that. R is recognize what's going on. A, allow that experience to be, it is what it is. I, investigate with kindness. And N, natural awareness, which comes from identifying with that experience. So if you'd like to learn more about that, we do have some other webinars from our counseling team that go into that in more detail. Number 3, staying emotionally close while physically distant. We know that we still need to, be safe and keep that distance, wear our masks, everything that the City of Ottawa Public Health is telling us we should do, right? So we do need to stay connected. We're social beings, and we need that connection with others. So how do we do that? I'm sure you're doing some of this already. So, just trying to reach out and stay connected with others. Even if it's a couple of people in your circle, that still counts. Maybe, connecting with a mentoring group. If you're, whatever department you're in, the International Center has a great mentoring group. Finding a couple of friends in your program, or from back home, or, wherever you, maybe that you're living with or that are here, and trying to keep that connection. That helps to, co-regulate. What that means is when you're with someone else, if that person, is also doing okay, it can help you kind of calm down or feel a bit better. So trying to find people, where it feels like that might be helpful. If you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed, it's okay to, take a break from engaging with people. Maybe there's a certain person in your life or a couple of people who are like, oh, I feel more down or a bit more stressed when I'm talking with them. And so thinking, maybe I'll make that a shorter conversation, and maybe I'll take a break. Maybe I'll talk to them, at a different time in the day where I'm feeling a bit better. And then, taking some time for yourself to just called regulate. So if you're feeling really stressed or down, trying to bring yourself a bit more into the moment. Number 4, so through all this, you can expect that you're going to be tired. You're going to be exhausted. It places, demands, stress places demands on our thinking, our emotional self, our physical health, what we do, right? So you're going to be more tired, maybe less able to focus or concentrate. I hear that a lot from students. Maybe you have a less of ability to learn to be efficient. Maybe you're a bit more irritable, a bit edgier with other people in your life. So just be kind to yourself. Keep that in mind, that those things are all very normal. So what you can do, just try to remind yourself, yeah, this is normal. This is Be gentle with yourself. These are kind of common things that happen under a lot of stress. You can proactively think about each day, like, how am I feeling? Is there something I can take off my plate? Can I build in more time for me, for rest time, or things that I enjoy? Try to, I know it's hard in the academic world to take things off your to-do list, but in the moment for today, maybe it means taking one thing off. Maybe it means talking to your professor or reaching out to the mentoring center for a bit more help. So really the kind of goal of this presentation and all that we're kind of living through right now with COVID is trying to find some balance that works for you. Instead of all the things we've talked about today, maybe try to think of a couple things that really fit for you that you might try to enhance your well-being. So reaching out for support and staying connected. The International Office is a great resource. Follow them on Facebook or Instagram. They will have virtual drop-ins, the mentoring center, and a lot of practical support. They also have international social groups. Have a look at that if you want to connect with that. If you have any questions about travel or immigration status, your healthcare plan, International Office is a great source, and also the International Crossroads. So University of Ottawa, our counseling services. So during the pandemic, we're still open. We offer virtual appointments right now and some in-person, more crisis appointments. So with that, how you schedule an appointment, just go to our website. That link is right here, or you can email us. And we meet with you. Even if you're not sure, I would say reach out and talk with us. And we're going to guide you to the right resources that are going to work best for you. So here's some extra resources if you're outside of Canada or the province. That kind of list a different app you can download. International SOS is offered 24 hours, 7 days a week. So put a pause here if you'd like to write some of those down and access those resources. The next 2 pages are references to things we've talked about during the presentation. So if you'd like to have a look more at the research or some guides, then these are some great links. So here's another slide just about our counseling services and how to book an appointment. But also, like I mentioned throughout the presentation, we do have a number of great webinars on anxiety, depression, coping strategies. And so have a look at our YouTube channel. There's lots of different webinars there. And we also just launched our new wellness website. So have a look at that, because that's kind of the one-stop shop for all resources related to mental health and wellness. So I wish you a great day, and I'll see you hopefully on campus soon. Bye-bye.